What's up, guys? It's Rantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and oh snap, is gonna be an awesome freaking day. So guys, welcome back, and happy Showcase Day. So today, you find me here in the snowy north of Dawnstar, of all places, taking a look at MORSKOM Estate. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It has an in it, but my Swedish is a bit, it's a bit rusty, but it isn't necessarily Swedish because it doesn't translate to anything. But we're up here in Dawnstar, of all places. Right here is where the home is located. Dawnstar's right there, with obviously your closest hold being Dawnstar. And this is what the home looks like now. A massive disclaimer right here at the beginning of today's showcase. This is going to be a long showcase because this home not only has a quest that you have to complete to get it, there is a lot of work to put into this fixer-upper, but once you do it, you will see how beautiful the inside of this home and how beautiful the outside of this home really is. So without further ado, let's get into this, shall we? So in order to start the quest, obviously you have to find the house. Then make sure it is a home abandoned that you have selected right there. So we have to search the outside of the estate, but obviously you're looking for this right here. Read the warning note. So this is warning: if you're reading this item, or if you're reading this, then please stay away from this estate, especially after midnight. It's haunted and I don't want anyone hurt on my property. So it's a haunted mansion, which is kind of cool, but it says to come back after midnight. So we're going to go ahead and wait 6 hours. We'll wait we'll wait 6 hours. That way it's after midnight, and then we can see exactly what's going on with it. So we'll just wait 1 more hour, and there we go.
You are not welcome here.
Okay. So a voice says, you are not welcome here. Then you have to go and speak with the owner of the estate. Now, the owner of the estate is still in Dawnstar. He's, what do you know, over at the bar, probably drinking his sorrows away because he bought a haunted mansion, and obviously no one wants to live in a haunted mansion unless that's your kind of thing. So you come over to the bar, the Wind Peak Inn, Cragor. So Cragor is the owner of the estate.
That's me. Why?
And then, mind telling me more about the place?
No, and before you ask, it's not for sale.
And I heard that it sounded like a ghost inside.
Fine. If you think there's anything you can do.
Here, take this.
So then he hands you the key, and you have the key to the estate. So now we can find a way to vanquish the ghost. Now there's a few different ways in this DLC, or in this mod, that you're allowed to vanquish the ghost. There are 3 ways, actually. One is to burn the body of the, burn the bones of the ghost. There's burn the possessions of the ghost, and then there is also another way which enacts salting the stuff around it and then going from there. But we're probably going to go ahead and do the lighting the bones on fire because it's the easiest one to do. So into MORSKOM Estate, and you'll see how much disarray this house is in. Okay, so you can definitely see that the house is in a bit of disarray, and what your job here is to find 4 of the possessions that are within the house. Now, from previous experience, I can definitely say this. The possessions can be found all over the house, but the one thing that you're definitely going to need is you're going to need the firewood that can be found in the carpenter's area where the forge is at. So underneath of here, there's access firewood storage. Right here is where you're going to want to make sure you have all the firewood, just to make sure that you can light the campfire or light the fireplace in the upstairs area. Now the upstairs area, what I'm talking about there, is right through here. When you walk up this staircase, you'll see a ghost through there. Then once you get close to the door, he will close the door and drop a journal. Once that door closes, normally it was locked.
In the dark.
Just like that. But as long as you pick up the journal, then there you go. And obviously you can hear the organ being played. Either that or you can't. I don't know, but it's awesome. But there, you can light the fire right there. You can grab the old miner's clothes, which is one of the possessions. And then you can also light this bad boy right there. So, now you can get out of here. And obviously you're probably going to want to go and investigate the organ that's playing by itself. And yes, there's the ghosty. Hello. And he drops a key. So now that you have the basement key, it's so cool that there's an organ in here too. Now that you have the key, you're going to want to find your way to the back area right here. And once outside, it's going to tell you to go right back inside, but at the same time, you need to go ahead and pick this bad boy up right here. I know it's a bit strange that, you know, a shovel is the main thing that you need for this, but this is where we're going to be coming here very, very soon, because you're supposed to dig up the body and then burn it. But now that we have all of that stuff, we can go back inside and check the basement.
Death comes for you now.
And obviously the ghost is a bit sad and crazy and scary and everything like that. But when you're down here, you're definitely going to want to look around. Vanquishing ghosts is gonna be what you're going to look for. And once that, you now have 3 options. You can locate, then salt and burn the bones of the ghost, prepare and carry out the ritual of passing, or find and burn the ghost's possessions. I would say the easiest of the 3 is find and locate, and then locate, then salt the burn. Locate, then salt, and burn the bones of the ghost. That, I would say, is the easiest one that you can do, and it can be located out in the back where we got the shovel. So the bones are over here, and all you need to do is you just go ahead and dig up the grave. I know it's a bit sad, and it's a bit crass to do that, but then you just burn the bones with the torch. And once the bones have been burned, the curse is lifted. And he's gone. So the ghost has now been vanquished from your home, and you are allowed to now go back to the inn and talk to the owner. So we're back with Gregor. The ghost is gone.
How did you do that?
By digging up the ghost's corpse, then salting and burning the body.
By the gods. I don't even know what to say.
What would you say if I offered the house?
How much?
So then you can persuade him to spend, you know, as much as you want, but we're just going to go ahead and see if he'll take 3,000.
I don't think so.
Okay?
Yes?
Can
Of
we
course.
renegotiate? How about 7,500?
Got a deal.
Obviously, he'll take that one because it's the highest one.
Thank you.
And now you have the
This is
deed.
for you.
Now the quest is done. So it's a bit of a strange one. Also, yes, your hand can get kind of stuck like that with the torch animation. The torch isn't actually in your hand. All you need to do to get rid of that is just to equip a weapon or a spell. But now that the quest is done, you can now begin the renovation and reconstruction of the inside and the outside of the estate. Now, I've gone ahead and made sure that I have a couple saves set up. That way you don't have to wait and watch me, you know, build everything like that. But let's go ahead and jump to the future where the outside of the estate has been restored, and we can finally begin the actual home showcase of the home showcase video. So, welcome home to MORSKOM Estate. So MORSKOM Estate is the home here in Dawnstar, and I gotta say, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, disclaimer here for those of you who skipped the entire quest section, this home has had a few crashing issues in my load order, but I do believe that can be remedied by moving it and, you know, moving it up and down in load order until it fits and sticks the way that it needs to. So as we saw on the map at the beginning of the video, you know exactly where this is at, but if not, it is indeed there. It's got the really cool icon on it and everything like that. So the outside has been completely restored, the sconces have been lit, and the gate will close for us. The double door gate will close for us and lock behind us. So the outside boasts this really, really nice architecture. It looks fairly custom, but also something you would find in Windhelm, most likely. I love all the icicles and stuff like that, and the wood, and it just looks really, really nice. But outside here, you actually have a functioning mailbox, which we'll actually get into how exactly you use it in the actual showcase. And it does work, and you can hire, you know, different workers and stuff like that by using your mailbox. So the cool thing about this estate is a lot of the lanterns and a lot of the candles and sconces, they can be found on the ground, and then can be relit to be hung on their little perches. So let's continue around back and see what else we have that this home has to offer. Don't fall down there, that would probably be a bad idea. But the backyard has quite a few bells and whistles, if I do say so myself. Couple more sconces through here, and yes, look at how beautiful this area is back here. Now, what estate would be complete without a massive hot tub outside? And what's really cool about the hot tub is it actually begins as just a giant ice lake. In order to make it a water hot tub, you actually have to come in here and stoke the coals. So you open the sauna and you get it going. You need a couple charcoal to get that going, but once you have it, you're good to go, and you can enjoy your sauna day, afternoon, or night. Moving along swiftly, over here we've got a nice little kind of stable for your horse or your cows or your chickens, anything like that. Any of your farm animals that you want to have through there. Not to mention out here you've got a nice big wood pile. and a carpenter's workbench. Now, the carpenter's workbench is what you're going to use to restore the outside. It's the same thing as the Hearthfire homes, where you have a carpenter's workbench on like the top floor, the middle floor, and then in the basement, all of which you need the resources for. Nice wood chopping block right here, and no, that does not do that much damage. It's because I was in God mode, because of the sheer amount of stuff in my inventory that I needed to build this house and restore it. But not only that, you get access to this lovely wall right here, and kind of your own corner of Dawnstar, which comes complete with your own traveling boat. Now, you wouldn't be an estate owner and you wouldn't be a wealthy noble of Skyrim if you didn't have your own boat, right? Now, this boat is very special because you can actually use it to travel around different regions of Skyrim. So if we want to go ahead and use the boat, we can go fishing, out to sea, to Solitude, and then to Windhelm. I'll let you guys discover exactly what you can use the boat for and everything like that, because it's really kind of cool to be able to have that and have that ability and have that luxury. It doesn't look like the rowboat does anything, but hey, that's a-okay. Just make sure you put your lanterns up so at nighttime you can come out here and see it. So, let's now continue on with the home showcase in typical Ryan Team fashion, and let's showcase the actual inside of the home, because I'm sure you're all itching to see what the inside of it looks like. One last thing is, in the home, keep an eye out for your banners, because you can actually change what they look like by just clicking on them or using the ropes that are next to them. Pretty cool. Obviously, we're going to fly the Stormcloak flag. So, without further ado, welcome home to MORSKOM Estate. So here we are at the front door of our brand new estate. And this is fully refurbished, fully furnished, and fully upgraded on the inside, with the exception of the floors. The floors is a decision that is up to you. You can either have the polished floor like I have, or you can have what's known as, I think it's scuffed floor, or something like that. We'll check the carpenter's bench here in a second. But the inside of this home is beautiful. In my opinion, is one of the most beautiful homes that I've seen in Skyrim, and has so many bells and whistles, it's absolutely insane. So, in typical Ryan Team fashion, let's break it down, shall we? So you can change the shrine right here at the beginning, which is really kind of cool. You can activate it, and then you can just go ahead and grab a different one if you want a different of your blessings. So here at the front, we do indeed have a strong box and a free coin purse. Coin purse. Not exactly sure what word that was. But up here at the front, it's kind of cool. We got all these different boots out right here. They can indeed be, like, dropped and stuff like that, so you can kind of make a mess. So just be careful where you're stepping. But then as we move through here, we've got a large and lovely dinner table right here. A little bit strange to have it right in the middle of your center hallway, but at the same time, you'll understand why based on the door that's behind me. But a nice big dinner table, and you can actually set it and make sure that everything there is ready for dinner. Which is really cool, honestly. I know that we've showcased homes before in the past with a bunch of stuff like that, but it's cool. You can actually take some of the stuff. Now keep that in mind. As soon as you take one thing, it kind of just glitches a second. So make sure it doesn't go flying off, because then you can, obviously just do that. But we got ourselves our chairs, and then everyone else gets stools, because I guess they want back problems. But as I was saying, you'll understand why the dinner table is there, because here is a kitchen fit for a king or queen to just make the best food ever. I mean, just look at how nicely stocked this whole kitchen is. Beautifully done, beautifully laid out, with a giant oven over there in the corner. So we have some cupboard storage for some foodstuffs, or, some cutlery and everything like that. And then we've also got some more stuff down here. We have soul gem storage. A bit strange to find soul gem storage inside of your kitchen. I think that's a bit out of place. But at the same time, we got even more cupboard storage, and then more soul gem storage, which is always great to see. And then some honey right there with lots of hanging meats. Now, what I like about this home is it mixes the static decor with the dynamic decor. So, like, this stuff I would call dynamic because it can move. This stuff I would call static because it cannot, which is kind of cool. But it's also got some really cool little pictures and paintings and stuff like that all through here. Kind of a neat little touch. But we've got our sink right here. It's a nice, deep, gigantic sink. Now, I don't think it has running water right here. At least I haven't seen it work. However, water features are not a thing to be, what's the word I'm looking for, forgotten in this home, because there are indeed a few water features. So then we come over here and we've got our oven, our regular Hearthfire oven, where we can make some of our stuff. Got some all sorts of desserts and everything like that. but that is the kitchen. Now, the kitchen is the gateway to the basement, but we will be taking a look at the basement here very, very soon. Now, keep in mind, all of these sconces, all of the fireplaces, everything has to be lit by hand. So you have to run through and you have to make sure that all your lights are on and everything like that. And that's cool because it has cool sounds like you're lighting a match and blowing it out and stuff like that. But then, let's go ahead and take a look at the adjacent room right here. And yes, it's the bathroom. And what was I saying about there being a water feature? Yeah, it's right here. It's a giant bathtub, and it's a deep bathtub. I mean, look at this shit. It's like I'm in the damn foundation. It's amazing. But you can pull the drain right there. Use the bath pole to drain the water. And there it goes. Where's the drain? Right there. And now you're good to go. Then, if you want to go ahead and pump your bath up again, there you go. And look at that. You can watch the water fill up and you're good to go. So you've also got candles right here. Just like I said, if you want a little bit of ambiance, kind of cool to have. And then over here, obviously, we have the toilet chain. Is it going to flush? Uh-huh. It is most certainly going to flush. And yes, you can sit on it, but I don't really think... Okay, I guess we're going to go poop. Please don't tell me there's sound effects. Oh, for God's sake, there's sound effects. Okay, well, I hope that that was a good poop for you there, sir. Okay, I was going to say, please don't let there actually be poop in the toilet, because that will be road to demonetization. And of course, the lusty Argonian maid is right next to the bath, is right next to the toilet. So we do indeed have the mirror, which in most cases you can change the way that you look, but we're not going to go ahead and take a look at that right there, because I don't really feel like changing the way prisoner looks. Cupboard there to store your clothing, some towels, and some soaps. I'll take that soap. Thank you very, very much. So moving along swiftly through the home, we can now take a look at kind of the grand foyer. Got a couple bookcases right here for the bookworms of Skyrim. But the grand foyer slash living room slash area where, you know, the common room. It's a very cool hall in here. I would almost call it a grand hall. But let's take a look at this over here. Is that mannequin, like, moving? Yes, that mannequin is moving. Well, I suppose if you've ever wanted a live model of your stuff, then there you go. So in here, kind of the library slash common room for you to go ahead and hang out. It's a really cool spot, and you can actually go ahead and place a wall mount, which is pretty cool, but you do indeed need to craft it. So let's go ahead and put a goat up there, because I think that's perfect. So we got a couple armchairs and a giant hearth for us to use. Got a candle right here in our study, and look at the map. Holy crap, that looks awesome. I didn't even see that on my first walkthrough through here. That's pretty cool. So here at the study desk, you can actually use this to write letters and use the mailing system. So the mailing system allows you to get mail sacks, book club, donations, recruiting guards, and requesting mail, which is kind of cool. It's something that I think you guys can tell me about down there in the comment section if you do decide to use this home. But a couple little armor mannequins right there, but then not only do you have armor mannequins, you have trophies right here. And you can actually go ahead and place down a bunch of the stuff that you would normally see in the Hearthfire homes, which is always great to see. Nice big chest right here with some cupboard storage, as well as some assorted books, and an old chest. So kind of a really cool kind of library slash study area. Not to mention, can you actually play this? I don't think you can. You can. Oh, I love it. Okay, so you have to sit at it. You have to sit at the actual organ to play it. That's so cool. I'm such a sucker for organs, man. I love it. But then we've got a little kind of storage closet right here. It's not really even a closet. It's just kind of underneath of the staircase. But then let's continue through on the main floor of the house and let's take a look at the forge area. So the forge area in here, we are familiar with this as we saw in the quest area. This is where you got the firewood for the fire upstairs. But over here, you've got everything that you need. You've got your workbench, some assorted iron ore and some extra ingots, some safe storage, as well as the grindstone, carpenter's workbench to build some stuff on the inside, as well as a tanning rack, and a forge. Now, in order to get the forge to work, you do indeed need fire salts. You can also turn on the fan right there, which is, I think, one of the coolest parts of this home. It has a working fan. And then all sorts of that stuff. Not sure if this is supposed to act as the smelter, but there is a smelter in Dawnstar, if I'm not mistaken. There could not be one, though. I'm not sure. But the last thing that I wanted to show you here on the workbench is if you have a pickaxe, you can use the brushed wood right there. But I figured the polished wood looked the best in my opinion. So that covers the first floor. Let's move up to the second floor, shall we? So up here, we've got a couple really cool custom paintings. We've got some nice armor mannequins behind lovely glass doors. Oh, it's so nice to see that. And then up here, like I said, we do indeed have more candles. And then we've got ourselves a nice big spot right here. Now this is what I would call kind of an extended library. Definitely an extended library because we've got a lot of bookshelves right here. But I think one of the cooler parts is the fact that you can use this bookshelf right here, this bookcase. You can actually choose which shelf to place your books on, and you can close them right behind a glass door. So very unique and a very cool way to store your books. So right here, it's just kind of a nice big display case. Looks like we got the skeleton key there. Kind of cool to see all that stuff. A couple more bookcases right there. And then a nice little table over here for you to go ahead, grab a glass of wine, maybe a beer, sit down with a good book, and you're good to go. So let's continue through. There is a doorway right up here. And this leads into your enchanting room. So your enchanting room comes complete with, obviously, an arcane enchanter, an alchemy table, as well as a staff enchanter, and if I'm not mistaken, there's also a disenchanter here as well. But just look at how custom everything looks in here. I love how much stuff the mod author was able to pack in here and make it look so good. So we got lots of storage for soul gems, as well as different alchemical ingredients and everything like that. But it's just a really cool spot, honestly. It's just a really cool spot. Not to mention, we do indeed have a scroll crafting station right here. And look at this. Novice scroll. Pretty cool, huh? Bet that wasn't something that you thought you'd see in Skyrim, is it? Pretty cool to see. So, moving along, we saw the alchemy, we saw the enchanting, we saw the smithing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the home, shall we? So back here, if you go towards the front, there's a staircase right as soon as you walk in the front door. This will lead you up into the main hallway where you find your children's bedroom. Now the children's bedroom comes fit with quite a few beds for quite a few children, and what I love is the carpet. I love the fact that there's carpet in here for the kids to go ahead and play around on, and there's lots of toys in here for them to play with, and their beds are all different colors, which I think is a really nice touch. Not to mention, there's freaking bunk beds, dude. I love that. Just reminds me of me sleeping in a bunk bed when I was younger, you know? Really tall ceilings make it feel like a huge and open room in here, which really feels great. But then let's continue through here. First, changing the banner. I need to go ahead and change that to the Stormcloak banner, please. And there we go. Moving through here, we have a nice little kind of centerpiece hallway that will allow you to store some weapons, as well as, you guessed it, some stuff back here. We have weapon plaques right here that you can kind of put in your display cases, and I gotta say, having display cases behind glass doors is the coolest thing ever. And then we got another bookcase right there, and then up there is the attic. Nothing too crazy and nothing too special about it up there. But then, last but not least, on the top floor, obviously there had to be a master bedroom, and this master bedroom is beautiful. So we have our area over here where we can store a few things. We've got, a strong box to go ahead and, put all sorts of stuff in there. But also, ooh, it's opening a secret. I wonder what secret that could have been. I think we'll probably have to take a look at that here. But it's actually a fake strong box, which is kind of cool. And then we've also got some, some miscellaneous stuff over here. And then we have our nice wardrobe over here where we can store our clothing, our gauntlets, our boots, our helmets, everything like that. We have the crow, or the raven of, who is that, Nocturnal, looking over us. Pretty cool to see. And then I love this giant wraparound storage apparatus that you've got. It's super cool and super nice and just really, well put into the world, But last but not least, in the room, we have a trophy base, a big-ass campfire or big-ass fireplace, as well as a cupboard door for your towels and your linens and your display pillows. Look at it, and display the bed blanket. I love it! Oh, it's so cool, because now the pillows and the blankets are on the bed. Is that not perfect, or is that not perfect? I think it's pretty perfect. But, let's continue now and check out the basement. Oh, good lord! Where did that come from? I didn't actually know that this was a thing. Oh, good lord, that is grotesque. Okay, so I suppose if you're a vampire, you have that for you there. I didn't know that that was a secret wall. Oh my god, okay. So that's perfect. I promise I had no idea that that was there. That was pretty perfect, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the basement, shall we? So down here in the basement comes with a few bells and whistles down here to go ahead and finish off our home showcase. What estate would be complete without an ability to create its own mead? Yeah, that's right. You heard me. You heard me correctly, too. You can brew your own mead from various resources that you can find throughout Skyrim. And I gotta say, it's kind of cool to have this down here. So it's a massive basement down here where you can go ahead and do some training and store some weapons as well as some more books and everything like that. In here, all you have is the carpenter's workbench and a little bit of storage stuff through here. So we can go ahead and close that door. But this wall right here is lovely because it's actually kind of a wraparound. So if you want to go straight into the training room, you can. Store some of your practice weapons, some of your wooden swords, maybe your hunting bows, everything like that. You can have it there. But as we continue through here, we got two doors to take a look at down here. So we'll go ahead and open up both of those. So in here is kind of a little bit of a storage room. There is a kind of a mini game that you can do in here, which allows you to fix the pipes. They don't necessarily do anything, I don't think. But there will always probably be water in here, which is kind of unfortunate. So maybe just dump off some stuff that you don't want in that room and close the door and call it a day. Down here looks to be possibly maybe some followers' rooms and or maybe the people that you can hire might live in here, which is really kind of cool. Got some wardrobe storage for them as well as some free money. I'll take that. And then lastly, we move down the hallway once more, and we've got this door down here with yet another guest bedroom, probably for the workers, either that or your followers, which is honestly nice to see. But again, this house has something in it that I think is kind of cool, and it's right here. Obviously, no one puts a giant wardrobe at the end of the hallway thinking that nothing's going to be down here. So there is a ladder right up here. This leads into the estate itself. But then this down here, I have yet to be able to figure out what exactly this does. So it says that the hatch is stuck, but I don't exactly know how you're supposed to get the hatch unstuck. So unfortunately, I can't actually showcase what's behind that, because I have no idea how, and the description of the mod is fairly vague, even on the Nexus. So, if anyone knows exactly what's going on behind that hatch, do please let me know, because I would love to go ahead and pin your comment for future reference. But guys, I do believe that that is everything that this home has to offer, and oh my god, is it a doozy. There is so much going on in this house, it's absolutely insane. So what I want to know from you is, did you like it, did you hate it, would you use this home? Because I would, without a shadow of a doubt, use this home. But I want to know what you think. So, with that being said, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed today's showcase. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.